So now we've completed the newsletter and it's time to think about printing or getting this document ready to export as a PDF. In this lesson, you're going to learn about all the things that need to be done before you print or export. So we're going to open Rocket Report Working Copy 6, which is the finalized version of this newsletter. There it is. Press open. And here's our copy. So the last thing we need to do to get this ready for print or to export so that we can deliver it online as well is we need to package this document. So we're going to go to File and Package. In a package, we can see that everything that is in the document, including the fonts and the links and so on, packaging it makes it easy to send it to different people. So I'm going to press Package. It's going to bring up this window. If it asks you to save it first, go ahead and save it. It's going to bring up this packaging window though. So you can see here that it has our file name, Rocket Report Working Copy 6, but it's added the word folder because it's going to put everything from this document in there. And I'm going to save it to my desktop so that it's easy to find here in a minute. And I'm going to just press Package. It's going to bring up this warning. It will always come up. This is because we're going to make copies of the fonts that we used, and it's going to put them in the package. So if I'm moving this project to another computer or sending it to someone, they'll have everything they need. We can just press OK. We know there are restrictions, but we are complying with them all. We don't have those fonts, but that's okay. We're going to just press OK, and you can see it's going to take us a second here to package everything up. So now that package is saved and it's on my desktop. So we're going to go and find that. So here it is. If I open that up, you can see that everything we need for that is in this, so we can easily send it off to whomever we need. We've got the fonts here, we've got all the links and everything that we need. So now we're going to navigate back to the document, and we're going to talk about exporting this document as a PDF. A PDF can be printed, uploaded to Canvas, put on a website, or a number of other things. So in order to do a PDF export, we're going to go to File and Export. It's going to bring up this window. Under Formats, we're going to press Adobe PDF Print. We'll talk about interactive later, but we're going to press Print. We're going to save this to the desktop as well. You can name it whatever you want. And we're going to press Save. Now it's going to bring up this window, which is where we can make some settings if we want to make those. So we can say that we want to export pages, so we can say all pages, or we can say a range. So in here I could type consecutive pages, so I could say like 2 through 4, or if I didn't want consecutive pages, I could be 2, 4, and that would only export 2 and 4. We're going to export all of those. We can say that we want to export it as pages or spreads. We're going to say pages. If we were doing like a news or a yearbook spread, we would want to say spreads, but for our purposes today, we're going to do pages. Down here in the include, we want to say include bookmarks, and if we had put any hyperlinks, we could do that as well. And we're going to press export, press OK. Now we can minimize this and close this window, and you can see here it is, and we can open that up, and we can see here are all the things we did. Now if we come up here to bookmarks, so I'm just pressing this. If we had made any bookmarks, they would be here, but we did not make any. So we're going to hide the sidebar. But you can see it exported the way that we want to do, and we can click through and see how it looks. So it came out pretty nice. So we're going to go ahead and close that. And we're going to go back to that InDesign document one more time. So in an earlier lesson, we learned how to reuse content within this publication using the Content Collector tool and the Placer tool. Those tools are for when you're reusing content within the same document. But what if you want to use content on a document that you're going to open later from this document that you had opened earlier? So we are going to create what's called a library file. So we're going to go to File, New, and we're going to select Library. and we're going to press no here. And we can name it whatever we want. I'm going to name it Rocket Library because that makes sense for this document. And I'm going to save it to my desktop. Press save. So now I can click and drag anything and save it to this library. So I'm going to come to my selection tool and maybe I want this globe. So I can drag that in. I'll probably use this rocket over and over. Maybe I want this headline. I can also go through the pages. Maybe I want this picture of the principal, so I can always use that. And now I can send and share this library with anyone I want because it will have all these items in it. So I could put this in a server or I could email it. I could leave it on the desktop so then people can access all these documents or these content files. So now you know how to put together a multiple page document with graphics and text, and you've learned a lot about formatting along the way.